Hey guys. All right. So, uh, it has been a week. I'm telling you. It's been a week. So many things have been going on with Faith First, with uh I'm almost too hot. I have to take this off. Um I need to start doing these posts before I go live. All right. Sorry, I just wanted to get the live out there. Oh, cool. It already. Try to go through and let everyone know I'm live. There's people on here that uh I'm sure are customers at Riches, and I'm just like, I know them by face. Sometimes that's it. So I don't know. We'll see. Um, let her know I'm live. Look up Christian. I keep sending him. Not gonna give up on my son. Oh, hey guys. Hey, how are ya? Sorry I'm not talking much yet. Believe me, there's a lot going on. Um, I'll do that later. Okay. So I don't even really know what to get into first. I'm back to trying to finish eating while I'm doing this. I had Sunfast, but I kind of ate big earlier, so yeah. Me and Scott went out to eat at Cracker Barrel today, so. But I went to Michael's. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Found where I can get my canvases from. I got a 5-pack of 16 by 20 black canvases for $12.99. That means I think I have a 5-pack over there. Plus I have 2 more. Yeah, I have 2 more. I might have actually 13 60 by 20s. And then I have the 2 18 by 24s over there and the 24 by 36s. I got those in the package I got from Amazon when we were down in Oklahoma. And then on top of the 16 by 20, the 5-pack of the black 16 by 20 canvases today. At Michael's, I also got a 3-pack of 20 by 24s. So, I also found out Michael's carries all the sizes up to 48 by 60. Now, it's over $100. It's like $120, I think. But that price would be added into the price of the painting, period. So, 48 by 60. Here goes. Literally, that's a stretched canvas. $585 just because of the fact that it's that big of a canvas, and plus the 120 costs that it would actually cost to buy the canvas, and then whatever I decided on for the painting or whatever it was. Those are the ones that are going to bring the money that we need. So, I don't really know what to get into first. I may go ahead and bring this up because I want to eat my yogurt. I have an apple cider vinegar drink. I've not been doing good with pop at all. I have been getting it at work, small cups. I've gone out to Big Boy a few times, and I've gotten it at Big Boy. So I've not been doing good. Not at all. So I'm really struggling with the pop, so say a prayer for me, you guys. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my subscriptions here. Just going to do this real quick because... Oh, that's cool. Because, there's...
For a little while, but once you get married, have kids, or life just starts giving you more responsibilities, that option all but disappears, not to mention that all of your renters.
All right, this was 2 days ago.
This weekend is going to go down as one of the most outstanding weekends in the United States of America's history. There's going to be some enormous changes coming across our country this coming week.
Okay, I'm going to pull this one up. This is full spectrum.
Into the month of February. We're starting to see violent.
Okay, guys. Let me reassure you guys. I know my lives get long and sometimes winded, and I get into a lot of these videos and what's going on and everything. I really feel it's really important to keep you guys on top of what's going on. All right? It's so important. A lot of you guys don't really have... Not everybody's going to do it. As he says at the end of his videos, we do the doom scrolling so you don't have to. Doom scrolling so you don't have to. I kind of look at it the same way. I want to keep you guys up to date on what's going on. I care about you guys. And hey, welcome new subscribers, by the way. I'm ecstatic. We are at 302. You guys keep liking and sharing the videos. Let's keep this going, you guys. Let's keep it going. I am so ecstatic about 302 subscribers. Keep sharing the channel. Share it with friends. Share it with family. People that want to get into gardening, homesteading. And I'm going to be getting into a lot more of those videos. If I have time, I don't know. This video is going to be very different. Anyway, I'm going to be playing some of these videos to start, okay? I want to eat my yogurt. I have a yogurt. I want to eat my yogurt. So, this one...
This weekend is...
It's breaking news. New attacks coming. Voter ID fight. Warning. Congress is scared and the right are the of our lives. So, here we go. This was 2 days ago. I do believe this was Sunday morning. And then some stuff went down with the Super Bowl. satanic as all get out. Like the whole halftime thing, just the whole introduction thing. Not gonna get into that, but here we go. Here's Brad, full spectrum survival. I'm gonna eat
go
my
down as one of the most outstanding weekends in the United States of America's history. There's going to be some enormous changes coming across our country this coming week and into the month of February. We're starting to see violent videos, attacks after attacks between the groups that are being purposefully divided across our country. I just watched one that was just too horrendous to show here on YouTube. A video of somebody standing up for the sovereignty of the United States of America, blatantly and violently attacked in front of their children as they attributed what the U.S. is doing to a rightful cause of action across our country. We're also witnessing multiple planned attacks against immigration enforcement and against general law enforcement, including Michael Ray Thomas, who is videoed here. 39 years old, a counselor in Texas.
Hi, Mandy. Pretty sure you're one of them. Hi.
In the videos, it shows that he potentially converted over to Islam, labeling himself as a member of a terror organization, previously charged for domestic battery and strangulation. These are all just on the report. I don't know, you'll have to check this yourself. But what he does in this video, and this shows you, he says that he is ready to put members of law enforcement into the ground.
I'm probably going to start peeing while I'm live. So this is going to be really different today.
Is that
Plus, we're going to be covering a lot of different stuff that's going down with Phase First too. We're expanding.
And I'll put them in the fuck.
Watch your mouth, sister.
Expletive released video. I tried to cut some of it out, but really get you the beat of what he is saying there, and which he says that he has experience putting people in the ground, and he will do it. In this next
couldn't
one,
help it when we were at Cracker Barrel. I had to order the blueberry pancakes. They have amazing blueberry pancakes.
Social media outreach. He says,
but I hadn't really eaten yet.
Ice. He says that he will put people in the ground. So this is a scary change across the United States of America. And why? So they're fighting for no voter ID, a legal citizenship, basically no rule of law across the country unless it applies to an agenda that certain individuals in politics want. This is purposeful.
There's a lot of stuff that is coming down that if you don't have a homestead, if you don't know someone who can homestead, and Mandy, I have an idea with you as well, because I know where you are. And I'll cover that when I start talking about our expansion and why. I'm really, really worried about everything going on. I really am. But we'll get into that in a little bit. This right here, what he's talking about, if you are not able to be self-sufficient, it can and will get you killed. Down the road, not right now, but it will. Very big possibility. Crap is hitting the fan. This is all the stuff that we've been talking about all the way. Like, I really, 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 really wish I'd have been smart enough to have started up a channel 15 years ago, 20 years ago, as soon as YouTube came out. As soon as me and Linda started getting in onto this stuff. I really, really, really wish I would have, but
They
can't change the past.
Saying Somalis have rights.
Can only change what's going on now.
Well, I've got this video that should blow up. You should see this.
Somalia's electoral authorities have started issuing voter ID cards across Mogadishu as the capital prepares for its
the other
first
thing,
direct
on the lookout that digital ID is coming.
One person, one
absolutely.
Printing at the Somali Independent Election
Be prepared, you guys.
Operates around the clock in 2 8-hour shifts.
So hold on a second. We've got 24-hour shifts making voter ID law inside of Somalia, while we have the political left inside of America saying that voter ID for Somalis is illegal,
Wow.
racist, and ethnic profiling.
I see how you
In our
are.
country, voter ID is law. So make that make a little bit of sense. It's almost like we're running a script here in the United States of America that's not just B rated or C rated. This is straight in the garbage can. This is a representative of Texas. This is Chip Roy. He says the entire show, the theater, is over. To rise up, and they're going to say, get rid of every politician, every member of Congress, every member of the Senate, and start this over again. Now, that might sound like a good thing, and you might be like, okay, maybe we can start it over again correctly. But if anything, our recent history shows us they want to start it over again with an anti-American agenda.
At some point, people will look at this body and say, maybe we should get rid of all 435 members of the House and all 100 members of the Senate and start over, because Congress is literally failing the American people.
So that is an expectation that we might see very soon. When I tell you that they're going to keep raising prices until you can no longer afford anything, I want you to listen to the CEO of the food organization Chipotle. He says that because over half of their users make over $100,000 per year, they can lean into that to raise prices across the board. And I want to remind you of something, an analogy that I've given you before. Okay, if you sell sunglasses, right? And you sell sunglasses for $1 a piece, and you need to make $10 at the end of the day. Well, that you only need to sell 10 sunglasses. It's easy math. But if you start charging $5 a sunglass with no other changes, you only need to sell 2 pairs of sunglasses to make as much money as you used to have to sell when selling 10 sunglasses. So they don't care that you and I don't have as much money as we used to. They don't care that the American people are asset poor. All they care is that they will make more money, and listen to it from the mouth of the people who run this country.
60% of our core users are over $100,000 a year in income, in average household income. That gives us confidence that we can lean into that group in a more meaningful way, whether it's a solo occasion and or group occasion, to really drive meaningful transaction performance of the year.
You know
we
what?
learned that 60% of our core users are over.
So they can lean into the fact that some people in America have more money, and it doesn't matter if you have less.
I gotta get that pearl powder.
Here's a
You having issues,
whack
Mandy?
job. And I say that because they're saying that people need to go out and get projectile tools and start taking out law enforcement.
I'm sitting here watching a video this morning, watching my daughter get ready for school, and I'm seeing innocent people being killed by ICE.
Oh, I gotta pick that up.
What the fuck are you guys? Now, this ends when we stand up and we start shooting their militia. Get your people. And when ICE comes to town, don't give them a chance.
Yeah.
Get a snipe, blow their
Okay. I'm gonna put that right there.
blood. Because America will be great again when we.
I hope somebody comes back on.
Want to make the rules, people.
I don't want Mrs. Unnamed, Unknown, Lip Sore, potentially, to be making the rules across the United States of America. I'd like her to go get a little bit of Blistex or maybe some sort of medication, or just look into her general idea of life and not be making the rules for me across the great United States of America.
If you
Guys,
don't-
I'm sorry.
If you don't, they're gonna take us the fucks.
Okay, you know what? I don't
And
like
the
this.
medication couldn't make normal what is happening here. For them to say that other people should drown in their own BLOOD. Folks, this is really getting bad. And this is the scary part to me, is that I've shown you, and if you haven't seen the videos, you've got to go back and look for yourself or do a little bit of investigation. The gun shop owners are saying that everybody is arming up. They're saying that it's people, big guys with big tummies and big beards.
Don't blame
It's
them.
people who you can't identify with blue
Scott and I have been
hair
talking
and
about some
6
stuff
different
too.
nose rings. Everybody's arming up. And they're each being told by their own political leaders that this is the stand up point. This is the rise up point. And so we're very close to that time across the United States where people don't look at the human that lives next door to them as another individual with rights under the United States of America, the Declaration of Independence, the amendments of our country, the constitutional republic for which we stand. They don't look at that human and say, you're a human, let's figure it out. They look at that human and say, I'm going to take you out before you take me out. Because that's the real push that is being processed by human beings. This blew my mind, okay? This video is reportedly the first streamer in the world ever to try to live stream from Antarctica. And if you can tell me down in the comments why this is, I would really enlighten me, okay? I would like to be enlightened. Why is it that he got basically house arrested or ship arrested? He got all of his data compromised, taken away, confiscated.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. Like,
This is the first public.
I know I end up
maybe
like
not the first video that ever
doing
came
other
out
things
there,
while I'm on the
but it's
video,
public
and I apologize for that.
that they will not allow streaming, smartphones, videotaping, or technology in this region.
So you have a Starlink. Yeah. Okay. It's confiscated. You receive it on the way back. Okay.
So he says you have a Starlink on your back, it's going to be confiscated, you'll get it on your way back. You can use it on the way out.
That's crazy.
Today and
It's like, what's going on?
going on, but you're the captain, so it's all yours. Okay.
That
So this is the captain speaking.
In the end of the day. Okay, cool. Anything that is related to the internet connection, cybersecurity is completely forbidden.
Anything related to internet connection is explicitly forbidden.
Really? So no one got out of science.
No smartphone,
Not even a single piece of it.
not a single piece of paper, he says.
Online? Is that for, like all of it? I'm just asking questions. I'm not arguing with you. All of Antarctica? Yeah. Okay. For all, it's available for all ships. It's not only these ships, all the ships around. The ships, this one has cybersecurity. We have forces to follow, unfortunately, we cannot do it here. Right, you're on land. And that.
So listen to that. You guys tell me in the comments, please, why you think this is. What's really going on here? What is really going on? I'm going to do a little bit more deep diving, and I'm going to keep doom scrolling so that you and your family don't have to. So make sure you check back at 2 p.m. this afternoon for more breaking news and headlines from America and from around the world.
okay. So that was from Sunday. This has to do with the like during the Super Bowl.
I've got to get right into this video here because you have to see it with your own eyes to believe it. When I told you in this morning's broadcast, and if you didn't see that, please go watch it. When I told you that American people are no longer seeing other humans or people with opposing views as any sort of real human, and they can be attacked, they can be trafficked, they can be violently taken down, and some people are even calling for the deaths of anybody who doesn't have their same value. This is Jake Lang. He pulled up to an anti-ICE riot or protest in a U-Haul with a cross and a public demand to the USA and every Western government. He says, you will do what is necessary, and you will provide safety and security for all community members, and you will heed Israel's warning. You demand action from everybody in the West. The governments must make a stand now.
With all the fun and excitement going on in America right now, I was reminded of a fun science experiment that my dad did with me when I was a young lad growing up in the country. So,
well,
I'm going to be better prepared for this next week.
His background, his ideology is very.
Which is probably going to be on Tuesday again.
When he's trying
because right now I have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. On Wednesdays I have my rooted class at church. So
long-standing fire-thrown projectiles,
Because
also known as
Really
Molotov
talks
cocktails. And he is
Yeah,
trying
better
to
vinegar
teach
drink.
them to do this so that they can
What
they
is
can
this?
cause havoc to basically everybody. Hey Tyler, can you hear me? I'm gonna see if my
Some of
my
these I had
coming
playing
through,
while I was like
he can give me something that he made
back
for
and
me last
forth
night.
at work,
So what they're getting ready
like in between customers, like in the back. Obviously, I don't carry my
they're
phone
getting
with me
ready to
because I would
use
get in trouble.
basically everything that they can to
But when there's no customers, I'll go back
you,
there and I'll turn
not
on something because I have
but
my
they're
phone like
trying
on the
to
back
punch
shelf,
power light.
and I'll turn
They're
something
trying
on
to
in the background, and like I'll leave it on when I'm in the back, and then like when I'm filling coolers, I'll go back there, I'll hit play, I'll get what I need,
the United States.
and then I'll go back through, I'll hit pause, and I'll go out there and just back and forth like that. I think that's what I had this one playing.
So it's nothing more than to show respect to the country in which you are
So
choosing.
some of
to
this I don't
stay.
really
They
remember.
took it out of schools. They basically made you an
Hi.
extremist if you wanted to pledge your respect.
I don't know if
to
it's
the
you guys'
United
internet or
States
my
of America.
internet. You guys
And
keep
then
like
here's where
flicking
we end
in
up.
and out.
We have riots fighting each other in the street of our country. We have people teaching others how to attack innocent individuals across our
Here.
nation. We have
Can you
people
turn this so you guys can
arming
see my
up
TV?
for a coming civil unrest. We have all of these things
Can't see,
happening.
Brad.
Just hand it to you right there.
Let me see if I can move the.
So my
move
son made this for me
clothes.
because
You guys
remember,
can
you've
see
got
Brad.
3 things that you need to do to be a prepper. Do your chores, do your preps, and have fun. Well, my son, creative as he is,
And
asked me
then
what I
another
wanted
one, do your
for a
research.
pixel art for him to make me, and this just
Because
happens to be exactly
you gotta
what
be
this
able to
guy
know this
is,
stuff.
is making. I've got to
Gotta be
show
able
it
to
here
learn
because
it.
it's kind of taking something
Learning
off
is
of the screen.
so important.
Let me, I guess because of its color, it's going to take out. Let me see if I can make a quick change here on camera, just so that you guys can see it. It'll probably be a little bit too.
I'm probably gonna end up
difficult.
getting out my
There
easel
we go. So he made me
and starting to work on a
a
painting.
pixel art Molotov
So,
cocktail. This is one
that's
from the
cool.
game that is called Counter-Strike, because that's a game that we like to play together. It's a first-person shooter, so you gotta have fun, folks. But this is what it's okay to make. And then maybe the ones that this guy's trying to teach on camera, not so much for the reasons that he is saying. They're saying to go out and attack individuals, innocent individuals across our country.
I have a better idea. Get started with your garden plans. Get started with figuring out where to start your garden.
Duh.
Get started with figuring out, hey, am I going to have chickens? Do I want my own eggs? Get started with figuring out, how can I have even just a small homestead?
We go out, try to find.
That's a better idea. These guys are idiots. And I'll say it straight out. These guys are idiots.
So
Straight up.
he's saying
They're
that his
stupid.
team goes out wearing bulletproof vests.
I don't mind saying it. These guys
and
are
they're telling
idiots.
them to attack and chase down ICE officers. So
I
here's a
don't
little
know
bit of
what I
what's going
want
on
to
at the
do
Super
for my
Bowl.
painting.
San Francisco for radiation yesterday ahead of the Super Bowl to prepare for a
I
potential
have an
attack. The
idea
helicopter
on
belongs to the
one,
National
but it would be
Nuclear
a
Security
small one.
Administration. It helps measure background radiation levels so that in an
I'm
event
so
this
anxious to
does
get
happen,
to like
it's
do a
immediately
bigger
obvious. As we
painting.
can
Like
see
I
here,
just
last
want
night
to.
I flew a grid through a big portion
But I
of
wouldn't
San
start back
Francisco's
this late.
downtown, scanning for just that radiation. This helicopter.
So
I
they're
might start
measuring
one
background radiation so that they can measure incoming radiation. Why do you
anxious.
think that they are so concerned about there
Oh,
being a
no.
radiological attack inside the USA?
Oh,
I think of the freedom from suffering that Buddhism teaches us is only possible if we remove the 3 poisons of desire, hatred, and ignorance
16 by
in our
16.
daily lives. We need not
Nice.
accept suffering as unchangeable. We need.
As
They
you
have the
watch Mondami,
48
the
by
mayor of New
48
York, voted in
canvas
by popular
at
vote,
Michael's.
supposedly. As you watch him stand
So
in front of the
freaking cool.
American flag to the United States of
48 by
America, the
48.
constitutional republic for which it stands, under who?
$555.
And freedom for who?
Added on
Okay.
to
He is in a
cost of the
political position
canvas
to right now
and
make
painting
change.
itself.
And they're trying to make change against the
You
Western
guys are going to
belief
be
system
these are
and
gonna be
ideas
true art gallery
that made
prizes.
America.
Need not
Sorry, I'll
treat
shut up.
hatred as the natural state. We have the power to set ourselves free. And I consider my own faith, Islam, A religion built upon a narrative of migration.
Heh,
The stories of the Hijra
don't get me started.
reminds us the Prophet Muhammad. So they Allah.
I'm going to turn that off because I'm just about done with that. But folks,
I agree.
this is happening. This is your country. Older Americans are reported to be unretiring because they can't pay their bills.
I'm not going to cover a ton of these videos.
People retired are now exiting that retirement. In the past 6 months, 7% of all retirees re-entered the labor force. This is a trend that is
Sad.
going up, and it matches in line with our
See, that's one of the
economists who say
things I want to be
this
able
is
to
what
do.
we
I want to be able to
I
help.
want
people
everybody
like that,
working every
you
day
know,
till the last breath
to
you
be able to
take.
grow that food and
Here's
just help those
protesters
people
standing
out.
outside of the
Especially
guarded,
like those the older
protected,
people.
militarized gate.
So maybe
of
they
two
don't have to
walls.
work so much.
The
You know?
governor of Minnesota, as he stands on the other side in many times and in many videos, saying that the people need to get out into the street
I
enforcement.
think I just had a little piece of a baby to
Our elected officials could come up
weird.
with at their meetings behind closed doors with Tom
I was told
Shame.
at one point that I still had a piece, like right in
You see,
here.
folks, they want
And
riot.
my mom and
They
dad
want
couldn't afford
everything in
to have it
America
surgically
to
removed.
be
And I've
free
never
for
been
them
able to
with no
afford that
work
either.
from them.
So
To restore the warrior ethos within the War Department. It's imperative to stay mission focused across the full spectrum of expenditures. This includes maximizing
Wait, did he just give a shout out to Full Spectrum Survival?
a return on investment.
I just got
Service
that. That's
and
great.
enlisted service members.
This goes on for 5 minutes, and I don't want to take your time up for that.
Okay. So I will give a shout out to Full Spectrum Survival. He's right on. Like, if you want to stay on top of what's going on, his channel is great. It's good to see you on here. That makes me really happy. Make sure you check out our channel and absolutely. I'm gonna keep it going. I gotta like work on getting more videos out there, but timing. Had a lot going on. One of my goals is to be able to grow enough of the food to be able to reach out and help out the people that are in desperate need. So maybe certain families or elderly people don't have to worry about where that's going to come from. And it's just, we're getting into such a desperate time. And, our family has some things going on, and I can't say there's not going to be times when I might not. That would be awesome. I would actually love to do that. I can't say that there's not going to be times that I might not, sit down. I might not break down over things that are going on, but all I want is God's will. And God's working his will out in Chloe's life, and I'm really happy for her. Even though on the flip side, it's kind of hard for me, but I know that she's going to be okay. So, and yes, I would absolutely love to do that. Unfortunately, right now, the world is full of darkness. But the darkness can't stand completely with when God's light shines. So, and it's what it's all coming down to is all of this is leading up to the return of Jesus Christ. Period. And the world is going through thank you. All my strength comes from God because I know I don't have it. I don't have it at all. All my strength comes from God. You know, we're like living on the brink of the return of Christ. And I personally believe we're going to see it. We will absolutely see it. But we have to know how to ride the waves, the storm that's coming. And it's going to be more than this world has ever seen. One of these times I want to get into Revelation. I've just been a little afraid to. Because prophecy is something that it's a very deep, deep, deep subject. And there's a lot to it. And I'll be honest, I've been afraid to come out with how I thought about certain things at different times. But I'm not so much anymore. Because the truth has got to get out there. And you know, this is one of the reasons why I keep doing this. And I've lost subscribers, and I don't know if it's more than likely it's YouTube, because YouTube will do that. YouTube has been doing that on my channel and Off Grid with Doug and Stacy and a lot of the homesteading channels. Richie from Boston, A Call for an Uprising, a lot of those channels that are just trying to get the truth out there. They just keep speaking the truth, and YouTube is trying to hold them down. They're trying to limit their subscribers. They're trying to limit their videos. They're trying to limit their views. But they keep plugging away at it. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. Like, I lost a subscriber over 2 or 3 days ago. And again, I don't know if it's YouTube or just somebody being petty. I don't know. You know, I don't care anymore. I'm not going to sit there and sweat over a couple of subscribers. I'm just going to keep pushing it out there, pushing it out there, pushing it out there, because people need to know. And as far as things that we're going to be doing, I gotta check and see what's there's some things I haven't even watched.
Oh, you better get ready, everybody. A major attack is coming, or we're going to see some sort of false flag across the United States of America. Probably, I would put this warning out.
Okay, I'm going to pull this one up for a second because I want to finish my thought.
It is coming up.
Okay. What was I saying? On us being able to help those in need and who are hurting, and I'm not talking about just financially, because right now I'd give you $5 if you needed it. I don't have much, but I'll give you a little bit because I have a little bit. Food, I have some to share. I'll make some bread for you. I'll give you some of my peaches, some of my peach jam. I have canned applesauce from when, you know, I was doing all that, and I still have canned foods from before, and I know they're still good, so You know, and the food, that's a big one. But one of the things that, oh yeah, turn this just a little bit. One of the things that we're planning, okay? It is very much so. And that's one of the reasons why I'm aiming to do what I'm doing, is to help people find themselves again and find that stability, maybe not so much financially at first, because I'm struggling right now too. But I want to be able to reach out and help people find a stability that maybe they didn't know they had. And I believe that's one of the reasons why God has laid the whole homesteading on my heart to begin with, from that would be amazing. That would absolutely be amazing. And I will yeah, definitely. Again, right now I have Tuesdays and Wednesdays off. Wednesday night is my class thing, but maybe Tuesdays basically all day and Wednesdays in the morning basically. I would love to do that. Like, the word has to get out there. And I want to reach as many people as possible. I want to be able to reach out and through the homesteading, be able to connect with people where they don't have food. Maybe they don't have food for their family. And also share the homesteading skills and teach people how to garden, how to save your seeds, how to preserve your food, how to sew, how to cook from scratch, how to raise chickens, how to maybe raise your small meat animals, and how to preserve those and put those up, for your meat and that kind of thing. And that's one of the reasons why this spring, and I'm thinking, well, I won't plant anything in the garden until end of May, because my grandpa always had a rule: you don't plant anything in your garden until the weekend of Memorial Day. And he was usually right. So I've always gone by that. Yeah, the funny thing is with that, you can buy fruits and vegetables from the store and get those seeds to germinate. So I've done it. I would love to do that. I just don't know where to do it. I've actually thought about kind of doing it here, but we'd have to have enough people willing to help. Not only get the garden started, but enough people to actually do the work in the gardens, because they do take a lot of work. And I'm actually working on, this year, I'm going to be working on trying to make sure that, we have better gardens, and trying to make them a little bit bigger and expand the garden. And my problem out here is I can't do an in-ground garden because of the chemicals that they used out in the field from when my dad was renting out the 3 acres to the farmers. So that area, okay, I take that back. I'm actually going to be turning that part of that into the orchard, because I want my fruit trees. And we don't have enough space on just the small 2 acres of the property, so really. Hmm. We'll have to get together on that one. It's a good idea. It really is. It's a great idea. That would be a great, a great community reach out thing for us. I guess I'll kind of go into like right now. Nice. Let's get a list of names going and maybe we can do it this spring. I mean, if we might have to pay a little bit to the township for it. We'll have to check that out. I guess I'll just get into this right now. Faith First Farm and Homestead, we're going to be expanding. Okay. How? One of the things that I'm going to be getting into to help reach out to a lot more people, more places, and to reach out and just help people get started in different places. And yes, there's a reason behind it. My daughter is one of those big reasons. The cat's in a butt head. Get out of there. Oh my gosh, cat, I'm gonna beat you. Not literally. This cat is being a brat. Please get down. Boop, boop. That's what I mean when I say that. A spray bottle. It's just water. Anyway, my daughter and her future husband, July 18th. And yes, I'm very happy for them. Excited. But my heart is also aching because they are going to be moving to Pennsylvania. I was considering it. Me and my daughter are very, very close. She's the only one that has really been there for me, and vice versa during the whole time when we lost our family. All except my oldest sister. And we aren't really close. I wish we were, but we're not. I have a couple of ideas as to why, but I'm just leaving that in God's hands and continuing to pray for her. But I'm leaving her in God's hands because I don't want anything other than God's will for her life. And I don't want anything other than God's will for my life. So, I am really going to be getting into my painting as often as possible. I might have to relent and get a job working from home. So I can get more sleep. Because that is a problem. I'm not getting enough sleep. And I'm going to have to start getting up earlier. So I have the time to put into my paintings. Now, here's the thing. I am opening the art gallery. I already kind of opened it when we were still in Oklahoma. Forgot what I was gonna say. My hair's such a mess. Yeah, I already kind of opened the art gallery in Oklahoma. But I don't have all of the paintings now that I did when we were down there, because Chloe has the one that she wanted, that she claimed when I was painting it. I have pictures of it. One of the 16 by 20s I had, I gave to her one of her best friends at Christmas time in 2024, Destiny. The lighthouse that I did with the metallics, that was just, it's one of my favorites, absolute favorites. I gave to my son, Christian, for his birthday, because he had commented when I sent him the picture that it was just really, really good. Like, it was, I totally caught him off guard. So I gave it to him for his birthday. So I don't have that. I have the mountain, the 2 mountain ones, the purple mountain. That one's mine. That can still be ordered. You can get on Susan MHE 1025. Wait, okay. Sorry. I'll put it in the... Here's the website. Where you can go and order almost all of my paintings and some of my photos I took in Oklahoma. So it is ArtPal. Whoops. // Susan SUSAN MHE 1025. Oh, that's it. Okay. You can go to that website and order almost all of the paintings I've done. And they're not really that expensive unless you order a really big print and get a really elaborate frame. So, and you can order them in metal, you can order them in stretched canvas, you can order them a framed print, a matted print. I forgot how much you can order them. Anyway, but you can go to that site and you can order any of my paintings. It's some of the photos that I took in Oklahoma, including photos I took at Robbers Cave, which are really cool and make great pictures on someone's wall. Anyway, but any of the proceeds from that all go to my PayPal. So, and that money, any of that money, I would put right straight to Faith First. So, just saying. Now, the art gallery. I am going to be completely full-time. I wish. When I start selling the paintings and getting enough of them out there and actually selling them on professional websites and the bigger paintings, I will probably just go into it full-time. I like my job, but I need sleep. And that's a problem. But right now, I need my job. So, I wouldn't do that to them right now. We've had too many people quit and too many people sick. Anyway. But I'm going to be opening the art gallery completely. Michael's. I have discovered I can get, as I said, all the way up to a 48 by 60 canvas at Michael's in Lansing. I'm not going to go to Jackson. I hate Jackson. A 48 by 60. That is a 4 foot by 5 foot canvas. Okay? 4 foot wide by 5 foot high in length. Scott asked me, what would you paint on that? I pulled up some of my pictures. Just take your pick. I have a lot of things, a lot of pictures, a lot of ideas. I can come up with something. But I need to, make sure that whatever I come up with, that it's good enough. Because those are going to be the ones that when I go on the professional websites are going to go to the people that will pay the money that they're going to be worth. That money is going to go into a homestead for Chloe and Zach. Okay, that's not the first thing. It's right up there, okay? We're also going to put an Amish cabin out here on the property. We're going to fix the house. Those are first and foremost things. I'm also going to I'm aiming to buy a homestead for Chloe and Zach. That's part of how I want to expand Faith First. I'm looking to expand not just the business, but to have them taken care of. And Mandy, I might even do the same for you. Out there. I like that idea crossed my mind. And I'm going to look into it. So, see what we can do. I want to be able to reach as many people as possible. And in the community, like here in the community, in our community, as Shelby was saying, in our community, I want to be able to reach as many people as possible. Food. Show people how to build an off-grid washer. When they don't have to plug in. When they don't have to worry about electricity or gas or whatever. It can be used. Grids go down, it can be used. To wash your clothes. I want to be able to teach people how to make your own laundry soap. How to make your own soap. How to make your own beeswax candles. Now the beehives, that's another thing. I'm still debating on that. I've got to talk to some people about it. I want to get connected with some people here around our area that have bees and talk to them. Because this chick doesn't know what she's doing. First of all, I'll be the first to admit it. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to beekeeping. But I want the benefits, the honey, or I will just opt to stock up on it and buy it. I don't know. We'll see. I personally have thought about the beekeeping. However, I'm very hesitant because of the chemicals that I know are in the fields in the surrounding area. So, that's why. Excuse me. Now, in our expansion, there'll be gardens. I will leave it up to Chloe and Zach or you, Mandy, as to whether or not, what you guys want to put on your homesteads. and I'll work with you guys and your communities and that kind of thing as well. We can work online. I will come out there once in a while. We'll connect and we'll figure things out and work things out and get things dealt with and that kind of thing. And what I want to do for you guys is to get you guys onto a place that already has like established fruit bushes and established fruit trees to where you have that forever food. In like established garden area kind of thing. Like it's sometimes hard to find, or at least an area that we could turn into that, you know. Community garden here is an amazing idea. I've wanted to do that for a long time. So I'm going to try to get with Shelby to do that. But I, you know, like I want to be able to teach people how to make your own soaps, how to sew, how to crochet, how to to garden, how to plant, how to compost, how to, you know, like all of the stuff that goes into that. And I'm still learning as well. But we can, my grandma taught me, like I don't know how to do the intricate stuff, but I can do like simple stuff. And I definitely want to get together with you. Definitely. Thanks. Love you too. Good night. But yeah, so gonna be using the art gallery and paintings and of course, you know, the rest of the Faith First business, which I'm not gonna let up on that. I'm still gonna be working on that. I'm also gonna be working on getting a screen printer. And you know, I'm gonna have those kind of fun little things with the Faith First thing as well. And then my hand painted stuff to go along with it. And I have the jackpot at Michael's tonight. Like, there's like, no, I couldn't get a whole lot of stuff. I didn't have a lot of money, but they even have like the coasters, the blank ones that I could buy and like paint and that kind of thing and put in the store. And I figured something out for the store. I'm so freaking happy. I don't have to spend $300. Okay, it might cost me more than that. I don't know. I've got to fix the trailer. I'm going to fix the trailer. And I think I'm going to use that for the Faith First store. I don't know. I'm going to go out there and look around and see what I can do. I think I'm going to do that. The only thing is I got to figure out how to lock it because people are stupid. And yeah. And I told Tim a few days ago, he has to get his trailer off this property. Because he is not ever staying on this property again. He's just not allowed here. Not after what he did. Forgiveness is one thing, but done. So I think, like I said, I'm gonna go out and check the trailer out. I might do that tomorrow. Put my boots on, go out there to the trailer. All those plants died. I feel so bad about that. I still gotta spend. I might actually just get the stuff together for a couple of pallets down at Dollar General. I think I'll go down there in the morning and get them. Maybe I'll just build the greenhouse. Screw it, we'll just build it. Save a ton of money. I'll start gathering pallets up for that. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna use the trailer for the greenhouse, for the store. That way I don't have to purchase the structure. It's already on the property. I don't have to pay for a building permit. And I'm debating, I'm probably just gonna buy the Amish cabin for out there. Because we don't have the time to learn all the ins and outs of building, adding on to the trailer. You know what I mean? Just don't have the time. There's just so much going on. So much has happened. I'm gonna pull this video up. Maybe it'll let me. So Phase First is gonna be based out of Leslie, Michigan. And we're gonna have an expansion in Pennsylvania. And Mandy, I hope you're ready for this. We're gonna have another expansion in Maryland for you. And I'm also thinking about considering, and I don't know if Leanne ever watches these, but I'm considering doing an expansion in Louisiana for her. I'd have to do it small. Now, I want to get Andrew up here and just tell him, look, I need your help. I start getting the money coming in, I can get him up here. So.
Up with everything that is coming out about those secret files that keep being released.
So that's a lot of what's going on.
Heavily redacted. Lots of powerful people continue to be protected by this. The FBI actually just came out and said some pretty alarming information that there was no trafficking ring that was being used. They didn't speak on abuse. They didn't speak on the protection of powerful elitist individuals. But with this information coming out, you can bet that there's going to be some distractionary conflict coming soon. Now, what I expect is either something to ramp up with ICE and immigration enforcement across the USA, maybe even
my hair, I'm gonna let it grow out. I'm getting a curling hair.
Or you're going to see the major
start really
out of an Iranian administrative change.
I miss how it used to.
In which Israel and the United States of America basically bomb Iran into the ground, turning it into a sort of warfare, Gaza-like strip area, and then we see westernized control take place in that region. Well, that's probably the most likely thing because let's face it, they are moving all of the ships around there. The U.S. just ordered.
Mandy, what would you think if I did that?
Every single one of them that transits the strait near the Persian Gulf to avoid any confrontation or any passage near Iranian ships. The U.S. government, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, is continually assessing the maritime security situation and an evolving situation in the region. They say they're identifying threats. They're trying to safeguard the freedom of navigation. They claim they're working to ensure the free flow of commerce. And of course, militarily protect U.S. vessels, U.S. personnel, and U.S. interests. Any vessel personnel, according to the U.S. Department, should be prepared to provide immediately their vessel name and their flag if they are close to an Iranian vessel. They say that crew members are encouraged to invoke the law of the Sea Convention. What that law does is it provides a legal framework for maritime activities and transportation. Wow. This is after Iran threatened a new massacre of Americans in the strait after we saw some ships being seized. Now we're starting to see a change. The U.S. and Iran are no longer on an even keel negotiating table. We have no assurances of what was said or what has happened. But the U.S., what we do know, is accumulating power in the region, including air superiority, battleships.
Mandy, I'm actually looking at this
online. The events indicate that there is a line stance, a line in the sand by President Trump And then when we see the attack finally take place, you're going to see something even bigger blow up. Listen to the Department of War. When the Department of War, as this post by them right behind me shows, they say when we say quarantine, we mean it.
That'd be perfect.
Nothing will stop the Department of War from defending U.S. homeland,
but that'd
even
be
in
perfect.
oceans halfway around the world. U.S. military forces are conducting right of visit and maritime interdiction. They boarded the Aquila 2. They say this was an incident that was on their maritime patrol. It was operating in defiance of President Trump's established quarantine of sanctioned vessels in the Caribbean. It ran. Our military followed. The Department of War tracked and hunted this vessel into the Indian Ocean. No other nation on earth, according to Pete Hegseth of the Department of War, has the capability to enforce its will through every region and every domain of our planet.
Yeah.
According
In the
to
works for
department,
you.
you will run out of fuel before you outrun the U.S. government. Look at this video. This is like it's right out of a movie, folks. This was a firefight that broke out in southern Italy. You saw a group of people take an armored vehicle.
Stanno rubando il furgone, guarda. Guarda, 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 guarda.
Watch this. You don't see stuff like that happen
Sorry.
very
I'm
often.
gonna turn my seat as to the
So what they
TV.
did is came up and they probably put some C4, some sort of explosive. They obviously knew what they were doing onto the side of this armored vehicle. It blew open the side of the vehicle. Didn't cost too much
That's amazing. That
damage.
could be used as a
Yeah,
greenhouse.
they knew what they were doing. They're armed. They're taking cover. You see them from a tactical advantage, staying behind the vehicles.
Visto, ha fatto scatto diretta, guarda. Guarda. Guarda lì.
This just shows me one thing, folks. Things are ramping up. You can expect these types of activities to happen not just in Italy, not just in Europe, but all across the world.
Cool. That has a sauna.
The United States Air Force has put a total of 112 plus
That's in the base.
C-17s en route or actually entered into the Middle East. A further 20 are in progress flights. Royal
That's
Air Force
amazing.
logistics flights from RAF Marham and RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus are on the move. Look at all of the buildup that is happening. So when I'm telling you that something big is coming this week, next week, this is exactly what I mean. I told you what was going to happen with Venezuela weeks before it happened. You had a heads up. That could have went south, but it didn't. Trump really played the card with Maduro. They showed that we have technology that makes it so that a regime or a country will not know we are coming until we're minutes away. Now, this is going to lead a country like Iran to do a couple of things. They're going to use dead man switches. They're going to threaten the destruction or actually false flag their existing nuclear radiological material. And they'll say that America did it. They'll say that Israel did it. Some Western country blew up their material, causing a contamination, a radiological contamination of the entire Middle East. These types of dead man switches that we know Iran is capable of pulling off will be what, don't make this like Venezuela. This is going to be a long, drawn out conflict because it's going to have very far reaching consequences. Here is a U.S. congressman saying that the fallout from those files that are being released, what if it actually comes out in public? The information will completely remove the elitist class.
Next week, kind of a British question, if I may, would be to the man formerly known as Prince Andrew Peter Mandelson, from what I hear. He just engaged in terrible behavior. I mean, the allegations are very serious that he was working for Gordon Bishop about UK possibly buying euros and having Epstein technically troubling. And, Epstein's
touch where they say
Epstein's form.
keep saying it over and over again.
It's a window into the elite impunity, this club. And by the way, I think this is the most vulnerable the British monarchy has ever been. I mean, I heard they were asking the Queen questions about the Epstein class. Vulnerable, they were asking the King and Queen questions, and maybe this will be the end of the monarchy.
So there's a U.S. Congressperson saying that this could be, when the fallout finally settles, could be the end of the U.S. monarchy. Now, maybe they're setting up for an Islamic rule behind that. This is the National Association of Gun Rights.
Why would a government wish to disarm law-abiding citizens? I asked AI, Mr. Speaker, if the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were reduced to 12-point font, single-spaced, how many pages they would take up. The answer is 11. And so our founders were brilliant in their brevity, but alas, torture and misinterpret those words as a result. If James Madison wanted to be a little bit more wordy, the Second Amendment wouldn't read the right of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed. It would read the right of the people to keep and bear arms to defend themselves from tyranny shall not be infringed.
Actually, if they were to rewrite that in pretty legal speak today, very strict speak, what they would rewrite the Constitution and the Second Amendment of the United States of America today would go something like the right for every person to defend themselves with a gun will never be infringed upon by the government.
This has the fences up already.
Let me say that again. The constitutional right to bear arms would be interpreted today, if they were to write it today, that the right to defend yourself and for every person to defend themselves by owning guns shall not be taken away by the government. And that's exactly what we see happen, folks. So a big fight is coming. Virginia, lots of other states are trying to make moves against your ability to defend yourself from tyranny and from other actions. I'm going to keep doom scrolling so that you guys don't have to. Please make sure you are watching Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube every day. We bring this information to you so you don't have to search all over for it. From my family, don't forget, check back 2 p.m. this afternoon. If you see a hype button on this video, please click it. From my family to yours, please stay safe and keep watch.
That's the number one.
All right, we're gonna go to this one. I haven't seen these.
The video I'm about to play is very powerful, so I'm going to get right into it. This is a representative Chip Roy saying that you can believe whatever you want.
Trump
but you
and
cannot
Democrats,
engage
America
in a
is
political
fighting
effort
back.
to Islamify the United States of America and not expect people of the United States of America to fight back.
Look, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. I want to be very
I'm just
clear.
going off grid, so
I'm with this
straight up
of Americans, of colleagues, many of whom wore the uniform in defense of our nation and in defense of our nation against radical Islamic terrorists who wanted to destroy our country and destroy what we know about Western civilization. And now that same war is being conducted against us from within.
It would be perfect.
Powerful, powerful words there. This video says that Kash Patel, or the FBI, has been threatening Thomas Massey's staff with criminal investigations if they continue to speak out against the nation.
I got you, Mandy. I got you. I know you're not on, but I got you.
Also, I'm gonna say this here on camera because it's important. One of Kash Patel's staff threatened my staff with a criminal investigation if we didn't straighten out the play ball.
Oh, that's got solar. There you go.
I was going to ask you about that, but since you brought it up, and I didn't.
I'm bringing it up.
Okay, you brought it up.
And so,
gosh, it's got a hot tub.
Like a criminal investigation having nothing to do.
Anna would so.
It's going to be a fraud. We're going to investigate when you're.
Got you, Mandy. I got you.
Another one of my staff is. If you guys don't straighten up, you know, if you want to play hardball, this is how you want to play.
You guys could have duckies.
This member of your staff is going to get criminally investigated for fraud.
Now, why would that be a threat? Let me tell you why. It's because they know that there's dirt everywhere in every political circle, from Trump's administration, people around him, to everything to do with Biden, Kamala Harris, the smuggling of money to Somalia into channels directly into the pocketbooks, potentially, according to reports of Tim Walz. This is corruption being laid bare. I say, put it all out there. Investigate everybody, put it all out there, and let's the people vote on exactly what we see from this point forward.
In space, and that China has launched a satellite that has kind of a grappling arm on it that could mess with U.S. military or commercial satellites. First of all, is that true? And what can you tell me about your perspective on that?
It is true. I think it's so
Color on
clever
the
that
walls.
the Russians have the nesting doll satellite.
What is that exactly?
So this is the Space Force Chief General B. Chan Saltzman. What he's saying is that China and Russia are very capable in the field of space warfare. They will, in a long enough emergency, take down all U.S. satellites. They will attack all of our communications. What you're going to see in the USA in a long duration war is going to be a multifaceted, open wide theater. Your trash will not get picked up. Your power will not be reliable at best. Most likely, it will be completely non-existent. Your access to city water, gone. So you have to start thinking about every aspect of your survival because this is their plan. This isn't theory. This is their plan. So if you have no power, what are you going to do? If you can't run your well without a generator, that means you need fuel. You need a backup generator or small engine repair capability. You need the components that will no longer be traveling from China to America that repair your small engines. So you need fuel, power generation, access to water, water filtration. That means you need something like the old, they used to use carbon filters. You can get a reverse osmosis system, but that requires power. So how about a sand filter? This was one of the first filters that they made across the entire industrialized world. A sand filter uses multiple layers of sand, coal, grit, charcoal, and actually on top it builds an algae layer that in German is called a Schmutzdeck. And that Schmutzdeck is what is actually the first line of filtration. Then it goes down through all the other lines and you get clean and drinkable water at the bottom. Building that today is going to be important for your survival tomorrow.
This income taxes, sales taxes, capital gains taxes, death taxes, emissions taxes, gasoline taxes, road taxes, tolls. But in my mind, none of them are nearly as un-American as property taxes. And all that this bill is saying is that we're going to do the exact same thing to government that American families have to do. And that is live within your means.
So what they're planning to do with this is not to necessarily abolish property taxes, though a lot of states are going to go this direction, including Florida, which says property taxes should never be a part. That's a local government problem. You should not have to pay more because you inherited a house that now
Yeah,
is suddenly
Mandy, I got you.
worth $1 million.
You're going to be in
all of these other states, all these other
expansion.
What they're going to do is they're going to try and cap property taxes at the rate of inflation. So if the rate of inflation is 2%, well, then your property taxes can only go up 2%. I think that's a start.
Is developing now ballistic missiles that are intercontinental ballistic missiles for 8,000 kilometer range.
This is another warning from Netanyahu saying that America is within a threat range. Listen to what happened in just a 48-hour period. Harvard was blacklisted by the Department of War.
I know you guys have probably pretty much gone to bed.
No training.
Sorry for boring you.
Undercutting large pharmaceutical corporations by 70%. This isn't what you think it is. This is just a change. They're not trying to take down the monopoly. They're shifting who they take the money from. You used to subsidize these large corporations by paying $1,000 for something another country would get for $10. The DHS funding is running out. They don't have a good plan. We saw new tariffs on Iran and multiple countries, and the Federal Reserve is threatening to sue its own Fed nominee. This was the moment the mask came off, according to some of these reports.
I went through the whole presentation without mentioning the World Economic Forum.
The World Economic Forum, and that the UK will not be saved in closed rooms by global elites or unelected power. The UK and America will only be saved when the public says no more. And I think we're kind of getting to that point. All right, this is more of Trump's movements. You know, I just talked with a friend in the last 24 hours, and I said we only have two options here as a country. You have a really rough road ahead. That's 10, 20 years of absolute madness and garbage. We're going to look back at this as the good old times. And actually, a fellow prepper and survivalist here on YouTube, Breakaway Homesteader, I was talking with him, and we talked about how can you look back at COVID and you think those were the good old days? Because inflation is more, cost of living is more, cost of housing is more. Everything is worse today than it was then. So the fact that we look at that as the good old days shows you how bad things are going to get in the near future. So we're going to look back on today, the moves you can make today as the good old days. And so you better just get ahead of the game with it, and you better do everything that you possibly can.
A good compromise is everyone leaves a little bit unhappy, right? But I think what's going to happen is that after market structure passes, the banks are going to get fully into the crypto industry. So we're not going to have a separate banking industry and crypto industry. It's going to be one digital assets industry. And I think
And will they be
their
regulated?
opinions are going to evolve over time. And I bet
Now, my biggest concern is that the World Economic Forum, all of the globalists right now, they want every asset to be digitized, tokenized, and under control. So if America has, let's just say 3 trees, if America has 3 trees, they will be able to leverage those trees for what they could provide to the economy. And through that leveraging and tokenizing of that, they'll say, well, you've only got 3 trees, give us a half a tree and we'll let you do this. And we'll let banking do this. We'll let the stock market do this. We'll let taxes do this. Well, they're going to tax the air you breathe, the fuel you use, the water you drink, the ground you go into after you die. Their plan is to tax literally every asset possible. The electricity that you use, your air conditioning, everything will be taxed, monitored, controlled, tokenized, digitized, and leveraged.
There's a lot more I really want to get into.
They're all in the
I
streets.
want to make this video like
Here's why.
all night long.
The president is having its
No
military
one
go
will
house to
watch
house to pick up generators, confiscate them. Said there will be use for these if the Yankees come in. The rationings that they used to get, the little bit of food that was passed around, is no longer being passed around. Some of them are on days without any food. Water, complete standstill. Water truck shows up, everybody can fill whatever little bucket they have. Water truck goes empty, there's not enough water for everybody. So yes, they are now in the streets. There's countless videos of them protesting. They're heading to the Capitol.
Now, folks, a long duration emergency in America is going to look very similar. They're going to try, through continuity of government, provide a certain amount to the American people, whether that's fresh drinking water, whether that is oil, rice, oil, flour, and salt. They're going to try to provide something, but it is not going to be enough. If you want your family to have enough, that's why you're a prepper and a survivalist. You better find those hunting areas now, those fishing hotspots today. Put them on a GPS. Hopefully China won't knock them out. Put them on a GPS. Start hunting them today. Find your food sources today. Start planting today. Spring is right around the corner. We are ready for change. And that change is going to smack us whether we like it or not. You're watching Full Spectrum Survival on YouTube, where I doom scroll so that you don't have to. Please make sure you are subscribed to this channel. From my family to yours, please stay safe and keep watch.
All right. So we don't really have time. Okay, I'm gonna get off of these. That's gonna bug me. We don't really have time for me to get into everything else I was gonna do. We're already an hour and a half in. I want to do a video. I wanted to start painting while I was on here. But again, we're already an hour and a half in. I should have had everything ready, and I didn't. I didn't even have everything written out for this. I mean, it's been one of those weeks, you guys. Again, Mandy, you are going to be included in the expansion for Faith First. I'll keep you up to date. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off from here since it's 9:39. I kind of want to get into a painting, but I don't know if I should. It's so like, it's not late, but it's late enough to I don't really want to be painting until like midnight or So I think I'm gonna try to get off from here and get some more plans and stuff together. Get a list of paintings together that I'm gonna try to do tomorrow. But I'm gonna have to get up early. So the reason why I want to get off from here is so I can get up early. We got this. God's got this. Expansion project. Faith First Farm and Homestead expansion project. We got this. And I'm going to be going out and looking at the trailer tomorrow, seeing if I could actually make it into the store. So, but I'm going to get off from here and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm going to try to get to bed. Sleep. I'm going to try to get to bed so I can get up early. Because I have a lot to do tomorrow. So. But awesome live tonight, you guys. It's great to see Shelby on there. Mandy, love you. Again, you were going to be part of the expansion project. Shelby and I are going to be working together on a community garden here in Leslie, in Michigan. I think I'm just going to have her come out here and start working with me outside. I'm going to have her working with me on the store. Just going to include her in the business. I might just make her a partner in the business, that kind of thing. And she went to bed, so I can't, but I'll talk to her about that. Might even see if Lynn would be interested in it. But anyway, and Chloe and Zach are part of the expansion. So right now, the expansion is going to reach out to, and Leanne. The expansion is going to reach out to Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Louisiana. Andrew. I'm just going to get his butt up here. So we start getting the money coming in. I am going to get a hold of him and be like, look, I will send you this money. Get yourself a vehicle. Get your butt up here. Like, get crap together. Get your butt up here. Like, now. Because we're expanding, and I know you don't want to stay down there. So, and I'm going to give him the choice. You can either... I mean, I would rather have him here. I really would. I would rather have him here. And, like, we can travel together, whatever. But, anyway. So, that's just part of what's going on. And I'm going to try to get to bed. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, guys, do your preps, do your chores, do your research. Have fun. Have fun with your family. Play games, play board games. I don't mean computer games. Play board games. Play, like engaging games. Just, stuff you don't need a computer or a phone for. And do some more research. It's really important. Keep your eye on your subscriptions. YouTube will unsubscribe people. Like and share these videos. Get them out there. Get this information out there. I'm going to keep working on it from my side. You guys work on it from your side by sharing them. Share. And go through and watch our other videos. You know, some of them are kind of stupid. At least I think they are. But whatever. I'm trying to, like, up the information on the channel and that kind of thing and make it to where, you know, you have a lot more valuable information. So anyway, and make sure you're still subscribed. Click on the notification bell and click on all to make sure you get all the notifications. And I will keep you guys up to date on everything going on here. So, and check out our website, Faith First Farm. I don't want to tell you wrong. I always do that. So that's what I thought. Okay. Check out our website, faithfirstfarmhomestead.com. And I'll put that down here. Excuse me. Oops. Our website is. Whoops. Why that doesn't look great? Okay. Our website is faithfirstfarmhomestead.com. The informational website, which I have not gotten done yet. Dang it. I think it's garden. faithfirstfarmgardenhomestead.com. I gave you the Art Pal website. Our email is faithfirstfarm24@gmail.com. Please reach out to us if you want to contact us. If you want to order anything, hand-painted t-shirts, hand-painted drinking glasses, mugs, coasters, jacket, sweatshirt jacket, cutting board, even a quilt, a crocheted blanket, crocheted dish rags, even like little crocheted bags I can do, hand sewn denim bags, which I could do, and I'm drawing a blank. Also, let me know if you guys want elderberry cuttings, because now's the time to get your orders in for those. Get your orders in for the elderberry cuttings. Let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want elderberry cuttings. I can get them. Okay? I can get them. I'm going to leave this in the comments. I know there's no one on right now. They will be. I'm going to check my book just so I don't misquote myself. I don't want to misquote myself. And I know I have it in here. damaged property, and all that good crap. Okay. They will be 5 for $12. 10 for $20. Is that right? All right, I gotta check my other book. I gotta make sure that's right. Hold on. Yeah, 10 for $20. And 10 is basically a small elderberry orchard. Now, if you want 20, anymore, I am willing to do 15 for 25 and 20 for my eyes twitchy. $30. I'll go $30. So let me know if you want elderberry cuttings. I can get them. I absolutely can get them for you. And I will ship those. You just have to let me know how many you need. And you got to send me the money first. And I will add, excuse me, $3 on for, no, I'm gonna go 2, not 3. I feel like a horrible person for that. $2 on for 5. To ship. I will add $2 on for 5. $3 on for 10. $4 on for 15. And $5 on for 20. Just let me know. But let me know ASAP. Because, like, end of February, beginning of March is the time to go get those. So let me know. Please let me know. I am going to be putting the finishing touches on the cookbooks. I have a few other things I want to add to it. If any of you guys want a recipe added to it, I'm going to give you all a chance to do this, and I'll announce this on my next video. If you guys want a recipe added into our cookbook, email it to me. faithfirstfarm24@gmail.com. That's FAITHFIRSTFARM24@gmail.com. Email me the recipe, okay? Or you can send it to me on Messenger, Susan Hostler. You can send it to me on either Messenger, the one that's got the little painted flower, the one that's attached to this Facebook on this computer, or you can send it to my Messenger that's got the hand painted t-shirt picture. Just send it to me, and I will get it in the recipe book. I'm going to be working on getting that money to order those. Okay? So that's going to be another thing that's going to be in the store. So, and I'm going to be working on getting the store open like ASAP by like early spring. So we're going to do what we have to fix the trailer and get the store open. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video, and I'm going to get to bed. So get some sleep, you guys. Do your chores, do your preps, do your chores, do your research, have fun with your family, make sure you get some sleep, do some more research. Let's get those garden plans going. Let's get these homesteads going, you guys, and be ready for Faith First Farm and Homesteads expansion. I cannot wait, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.